Welcome to DefineURadio After Dark Conversations, where real people have unfiltered conversations about the topics that influence the way we think, feel, and move. Each week with your host, Valencia Griffin Wallace.
Welcome to DefineURadio After Dark Conversations. I am your host, Valencia Griffin Wallace, and today we are still discussing love because it's February, and we're going to do that. With that being said, joining the conversation is Queen Lyvonne and Queen Shannon. Queen, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Hello, beautiful people.
Y'all make this show professional. I just want to say that. So I'm just jumping straight off the porch with just some love issues. We're going to see where the conversation takes us, just like when we be on the phone and just be doing stuff. Okay. So think about it like this. You're in a situation. Would you have a problem with your man being friends with other women?
No.
Queen Lyvonne. Queen Lyvonne.
Silence. Like she's thinking about this one.
Just like when you're at work, you forget that you're on mute and you're steady talking. Sorry, guys, but no, I don't. I think that's a level of security you have to have and confidence in yourself, but I don't have a problem with that.
I'm going to reserve my answers too after I finish with this. What if it was a woman that you did not like?
Now,
why do I not like her?
I don't know. Maybe y'all had beef in high school. Maybe just okay. You know how sometimes you just meet people and you just don't like them. And let's just say it's that situation where something about this woman you just don't like.
Well, then in that case, yeah, so our energy just not vibing. I'm not one of those people, you can't be friends with them because I don't vibe with her. No. You can be friends, but please know I'm watching that heifer. Know that. Know that y'all can't go nowhere by yourself. If you're having a conversation with her, it need to be right in here in front of me. Because there's something about her, and my spidey senses don't usually be wrong. Something about her is going to make me spaz out. I'm telling you. So I need all interactions with her to be upfront and present for me. But y'all
Queen
can be
Lyvonne. Queen Lyvonne.
Well, I feel like when we are married, we become one. So if I don't like her, you don't like her.
You're going to make me have to mute my phone.
Wait, this is where
Lyvonne is completely reading my mind, but put it way more eloquently.
I swear she said that so nice. If I don't like her, you don't like her. Okay.
But I'm sorry, but let me say, because I can't say, I say that, and that's really how I feel. But I do understand there are some people, you just don't mesh with. And I could say this, like, because my husband has a friend that I don't like, but that's his friend, and he knew him before we even met. So,
well, that's a dude. I'm talking about a female.
It's same.
That's two different. No, that's two different. That's two different things.
Well, no, I don't think I think I see what Queen Lyvonne is saying, because it's this, honestly, even a male, there's a reason why she don't like the male friend. He might be the kind of friend that'll make you go out here and say, well, come on, you can cheat on your wife kind of dude. And we're not playing with them kind of guys. So I can see it the same way. But I think at the same time too, thinking about it, if he if he loves you and he respects that and he knows how you feel about it, he himself is not going to be all gung-ho in this
Exactly.
friendship anyway. We cool, but it's only so far I'm going to go with you because
Exactly.
I know your presence makes my wife uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Y'all so sweet. I'm just gonna be 100. No, not unless she is butch.
Now that's just wrong.
Because I have questions. What y'all friends for what? Like like I have questions. Like why are y'all friends?
I mean, they might have been friends before you. And what do you
No.
mean, why are they friends? I mean,
Mm,
why is anybody friends with anybody?
mm-mm.
Well, let me play devil's advocate.
Go
Do you
ahead,
have
because I am the devil.
Lord have mercy.
you being, a wife, do you have any male friends?
I don't have male friends. I have what I would call because there's Jay, you know what I'm saying? But I look at Jay as a little brother, right?
Okay.
And this is a conversation that, and just during the course of the show and everything, I sometimes interact with different men. Would I give
Mhm.
any of them the title as friend? No. But I would say with Jay, to me, Jay is like a little brother. And if my husband ever felt some kind of way about that, then, hey, unless it's an interview, because sometimes Jay will text or will, talk on the phone to see what he up to, what I'm up to. But and if my husband knows that, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if he ever felt like he wasn't comfortable with that or whatever, then guess what? Jay, it's been real. I wish you the best and much success. So I
Okay. But
could
what
say
if
that,
your husband has, he feels like this is a relationship, this is my little sister?
yeah, no. My husband have real sisters. He want a sister relate. He got a younger sister and an older sister. I don't, and it's not that I don't trust my husband, because of course I trust him. 99.9%. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, and I don't want to say I trust him, but I know I'm a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If my husband was ugly and fat and broke, then, but honestly, I know that these days everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but some women, they don't respect the wife's position.
True.
And so even if that's like quote unquote their friend, women by nature, I think some of us are a little flirty, and I would hate to go to jail because I'm that wife and be on the episode of ID Discovery, whatever show,
Mm-hmm.
behind your voice getting an octave lighter when you speaking to my husband. And to me, I don't feel like it's necessary. Now, if he had a woman friend before me or was cool, like, I have questions. What does that entail anyway? Like if you have a woman friend, if he had a woman friend before me, that would have been a discussion that we would have had to have,
Uh-huh.
because I've given males that friend title pre-Craig, okay, pre-husband, that like we went out on dates and they might have brought me stuff. But you just my friend, because I ain't want nobody. No. So like I have questions. What's the definition? What does that mean? And my husband worked in a very male dominated industry. Like the only people at his job that's female are the ones that work in the office, and everybody at his job know I'm crazy. So if you want to risk your life trying to be friends with my husband, that's complete. And I'm being honest. I try to put no caps or no covers on this crazy. Mind you, he would get it too. I'm that wife. Like it won't be like, she should have went off on her husband and not the woman. No, it'll be like, oh my God, Valencia, both of them. So I don't know, that's something, and I think it's because I'm a woman. Now, if it was a butch, like she been butch her whole life woman, different story. Not she just got butch last year or last week.
Oh dear God.
Do you think you
I'm,
need to define that for your audience, for the
I'm
audience of
sorry.
the listeners?
Butch is a woman that is gay and is like I'm trying to see how to say it not to offend my friends that happen to, or and I'm using this term, associates, people I know that happen to be butch, and they pretty much um
They're the
look like
masculine. They're
dudes.
the
Yeah,
masculine
Masculine.
side.
yeah. They pretty much look like a you know dudes, a lot of them, so that's a different thing. Like, and I don't know how cool I would be with that, because you can't come around, you might be looking at me.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh.
We'll need friends. But and it's funny, my husband, I'm so glad he different from me. That's why you literally sometimes got to be with your opposite. Because I had a friend, long time, very, very butch, and was somewhat sweet on me, right? And I'm just being 100% honest. Um, and every year I did something like an event, her business would be a sponsor. But Craig knew this. I was very honest. And the only reason why we're not friends, and I know this is a topic for another day, but since we own it and having conversation, I'm just gonna say it. The only reason why we stopped being friends, because she started all of a sudden to get offended because I was calling her she.
Oh.
Interesting.
And I'm like, I've been calling you she and referring to you that way all the years of knowing you. And you just decide that like I was being disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't something I was doing on purpose. It was like a she. And so I was like, you know what? I ain't got time. If I got to be politically correct with my friends and stuff like that, especially something like that, then we don't even need to. No, deuces. Have a happy life with you, much success. Um, Now Craig do have a male friend I can't stand, and they not even really friends. I think since we've been together, they probably downgraded to associates. And he knew I can't stand him. His wife knows I can't stand him. I've been very verbal because I didn't want any confusion, any whatever. Like, I could be nice to you and not like you. And he knew
Very
that.
much.
Now, I liked his wife, and she knew that I was honest. Like, it's funny to me, but that's a whole other topic. Um, yeah, no, I don't agree with that part. I do honestly would have a problem with that, only because I love being a woman. I wouldn't change her for nothing in the world, but I know some women are scandalous,
True.
salacious, and I would commit a murder. Like, just, like, you go to a restaurant, you hold on, you taking too long taking my husband order. Can I help you? I'm that woman. Now, will that change 10 years from now? I don't know. But as of right now, no. Take the order and go. Ladies, somebody say something.
I don't know what you want me to
I
say, but
know. How do we follow up with that? How do we follow up?
I don't know.
And it's not
A
that,
prayer for your husband, maybe?
That would probably be it right there.
but my husband is like Craig. I'm pretty sure it's the same way, but he just express it differently, and he knows like he has nothing to worry about. And I know I have nothing to worry about, but I
True.
just that I'm not comfortable with that. It's not. I don't think it's not about not trusting him. I just know women because, number one, I have been the other woman before.
Okay.
So do you think it's
Um,
more of your of what you've done that causes you to have that feeling?
well,
Mhm.
I didn't know this where we're going with this conversation.
I'm just asking a question now.
I
Yes.
was in my 20s. He had a motorcycle.
That has nothing to do with whether or not.
I did not know he was married. I thought they just had kids and lived together. Um, and there was never any pretense of friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like his wife knew about me. She accepted whatever, and I don't know. I was in my 20s. That's all I could say to even defend that.
I mean, you don't have to defend it. I'm just asking, do you think because you've done that, is that what a lot of your feelings about him having female friends are based on?
Probably. I have been salacious. I've had a salacious, which is my new favorite word.
I was gonna say, is this your new word?
Okay, I can tell because she said it like so many times already.
I know.
But just say the word. Watch how it rolls. Just say it's salacious.
And she was pausing, waiting for us to say
She was, and I just don't want to.
You're gonna say it over and over again when we get off the phone. And you can be like, "Yep, I'm gonna find a way to use that word."
Oh my Lord.
I think it's more. Back in the day, when I didn't care, I didn't care. So that means like if I worked with your husband or your boyfriend, and I wanted lunch and didn't want to pay for it, I would, hey, you paying for lunch? You know what I'm saying? Like I knew how to turn that flirt up enough just to, and I could totally not have been interested in the guy, but it was a power thing or whatever. I don't know how to really explain it because in your 20s you have a different kind of mindset. At least me, definitely in my 30s, and then now, you know, um so I really don't know how to answer that question, but being that I have been both salacious and what's the opposite of salacious? I need a word. Being that I've been on both sides, I'll just say that like I'm just like mm-mm. And then some of the women out here these days are definitely more scandalous and whatever. I was at my highest. No, I'd catch a charge. Don't even blink hard at my husband. I don't know. I think I may be a little possessive.
Really?
I don't
Yes.
Sounds like it. It really sounds like it a little bit.
I don't know if that's what, but this is the thing. Let me add this. Y'all have both met my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be why we work, because we have like an understanding. Like there some stuff don't need to be said to be understood. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask him. I would get him like on the show with all of us, but y'all already know he don't know how to
Don't you
act.
do it. Don't do it.
He don't know. He don't know
Poor.
how to act. He don't know how to act. So I don't know. I don't trust women like that. I trust my husband. I don't trust women like that. Um I don't know if I would even want him to be friends with like a feminine gay dude. Honestly.
Honey, that's some control issues you got there.
Well, I definitely said I don't know. I don't know if
Yes.
it's that.
Yes,
But I'm
I
like
think you
I'm
could
all
talk
the
about that in
feminine women.
therapy next week.
I know. I'm gonna have to ask my
Yes.
therapist about that.
Yes.
Take that to your therapist.
But I mean, I'm an Aquarius. Like that's what we're gonna say for right now. That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll leave it there then.
I don't know if it's a control issue.
Okay.
I don't with him. I think it's just all facets of my life. So we're gonna clean it up by saying that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to ask my husband if he think I'm controlling. Let me I don't want to even hear it. So, okay, think about your kids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How involved or do you think a parent should be involved with their kids' relationships?
Mm,
To an extent, I would say
Shannon.
to an extent.
I would agree to an extent because You don't you want to, the way I see it, I guess, school them so they know what's happening. They understand movement and all, how they need to carry themselves. But then you also have to let them live and experience things on their own.
Exactly.
So yeah, like Queen Lyvonne said, to an extent, yeah. But I mean, I know some mothers call no names that straight up threaten girls and stuff, and I get it. I do. I trust me. I get it. However,
I don't know who you might be speaking.
I'm not going. I'm not knocking. Like I said, I get it. But you just got to let them figure it out and trust that what you've taught them, they'll be paying attention to what's happening, and they'll be able to build healthy relationships for themselves based off what you've taught them and what you've allowed them to see of your relationships.
I'm so glad this is a recording that we're on the phone versus y'all can see my face. Queen Lyvonne.
I would say to an extent, and really everything that Queen Shannon said is exactly correct. We have to have a certain level of directing and instructing them, because when they first get into relationships, our kids don't know a difference. There are things that we have to teach them. We have to tell them. That's part of our role as parents. But I do think there comes a time when we begin to wean ourselves away, especially once kids get married. There's sometimes when, as a mom, you have to say, I'm sorry, but you can't stay here. You need to go home and work that out with your husband. To be able to have those boundaries, and let them know that, no, I'm not going to always take your side. So there is an extent as far as them learning, as parents, us giving them that guidance. But at some point, we do have to start weaning ourselves away and allow them to learn from those mistakes.
Okay, we're just going to put a pin in that, and then I'm going to respond. But my husband is in the room. He cannot hear y'all, but I want you guys to hear. Husband, do you think I am controlling?
Is this a setup?
That's
I don't
all the
even know
answer
if
we
they
need.
can hear you.
That is all the answer we need right there.
Exactly. That is
I'm being
it.
serious. Do you think I am controlling?
Oh, let me back up a second.
No, come over here because the mic is right here.
Yes.
Really?
We're trying to figure out why she don't understand that she's controlling.
That's what
Then
needs to be understood.
then he gonna run out. So if y'all don't hear from my husband again, because
Don't you hurt my brother. I'm gonna come save him. Don't you hurt him.
I already I told him earlier, that something we was talking about, I don't know, and he was saying something about like when he get old and get dementia. I said, if you get dementia, you're gonna have a slow death. I'm gonna overdose you with melatonin.
Oh
Put you
my
out your
God.
misery. He was like, really? I said, yes. I said, at least I'm not gonna suffocate you with a pillow out.
Oh my
You'll
Lord.
just go in your sleep. Ain't
Jesus.
nobody dealing with no. I said, that's if you violent. Cause he was like, that's part of getting old. No,
Jesus. I hope you edit all of this out of this
I will.
recording. Because
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm just saying, like, if he get Alzheimer's and dementia, that's one thing. But if he become like one of them violent people around here cussing me out like they do in TV, okay, you just gonna go to bed one night.
just one, huh?
Just one night.
Lord.
I have to. Yes, I'm gonna have to visit. I know. I don't think I'm controlling like that. Okay. Now, as far as relationships, because everybody that has listened to the show know how I feel about my son
Mm-hmm.
and the people he date. I do just let the young ladies know, because I feel like I've taught him enough. I often repeat that line from Tupac for him. Got my game from a woman. I do remind him of that. But my son, he cares. Not saying I don't care, but he cares. He has a level of caring that I've never had. And because of that, some salacious little young girls might try to play on his feelings. And they need to know that I'm not him. They will not find you. However, I have learned that the ones that I don't like and that I've been verbal with are the ones that stay around.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned to just hush and give dagger eyes.
They stay around just to piss you off, honey.
I do
True,
believe.
too.
I do believe. I do believe.
But I think probably 9 times out of 10, those girls probably,
Didn't
I
have no
would
good
say,
intentions.
I would say they are probably a reflection of a younger Valencia. So just how you
You're
don't
right.
scare them. You don't
Probably.
scare
Yeah.
them because they like, that's me.
Good point.
Really, this what we doing? I did. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there was this guy I dated when I was in high school. His mama could not stand me. She just thought I was so hood and so street, and he was just so innocent, and I was gonna corrupt him. Well, okay, whatever. And because she could not stand me, is exactly why I stayed with him as long as I did. I'm not gonna lie. But see, his mama wasn't crazy. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna say that. But yeah, I could see where some of it's payback.
Mhm.
Karma, however you want to say it. Just
Yeah.
like, I was that, but I was whatever. That's all I gotta say. So if let's say, okay, your son, daughter of age, and they're dating somebody, and you see the person that they're dating like cheating, would you tell them? Would you confront that person? How would you handle that?
Heck yeah.
Would you
Honey.
would confront the person? Like,
I'm
would you
co-
run up on a girl?
yes, I'm running up on her, and then
But
I'm
I'm
telling them.
crazy. But
No,
I'm crazy.
no, because see,
Girl,
we didn't
with
talk
my
about
phone on recording, like, look, do you know who I'm
that.
standing?
That
Girl.
that part right there. Because see, what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna sit up here and play my baby, because that's not gonna happen. Especially knowing the kind of son that I have. He would like to go out and buy stuff and treat people and blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
Oh, and so you think you about to use him?
Oh, no,
Little girl, I
ma'am.
will drag you. I will drag you in just a minute. Yeah. Oh yes. Now she
At
cheating.
least
That's a
my
whole
crazy
different
come
thing.
out early. At least my crazy come out early.
No, see, I like mine because mine will creep up on them when they think I'm real
Mhm.
cool and laid back, and then when I jump up out the corner, be like, "Bam!" on them. They wasn't expecting it.
Queen Lyvonne. You heard
Ditto.
heard Shannon voice change real quick.
All I have to say is ditto what Shannon said. Because that's when they see the other side, like, oh,
That part.
what happened to the nice Miss Copeland? Oh, she went out the window when you got crazy. My crazy met your crazy.
That
Now, okay, so let me flip it. What if your child was the cheater?
I don't condone. I don't condone
I
that
don't,
either.
sure
I
don't.
don't
Most
condone it
definitely don't.
either way. Now, I'm probably gonna slap him in the head. Boy, what's wrong with you? I know I taught you better than that, and I told because you're not about to run around here and play with women's hearts and do the things that have been done to me.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm flipping on him too.
And I have a son and a daughter, and one thing I always like to say, I like her. I'm not going to condone it because I'm not going to want to see anyone inflicted in the pain or heartbreak that I've experienced, especially
Mm-hmm.
when I've taught them better. But to
Mm-hmm.
also, reiterate to them that you want to play grown up games, be ready for grown up pain
That.
because
Okay,
karma
but
will come back on you.
Oh
would
yes.
you bust them out? Would you tell the other person that, look,
I might
my
let it
child
slip.
is cheating on you?
I might let it
Really?
slip.
I won't tell them because my loyalty is not to them. My loyalty is to my child. Let's just be honest about this.
I might
I'm
be
not
like,
going
oh,
to tell
hey,
them.
Keisha. Oh, no, you're not Keisha.
Right. I'm not going to do that.
Lyvonne,
But
you make sure your kids listen to this show so they already know what's up. Your
Well,
mama will rat you
no,
out.
it's really, they already know. They will probably tell you it is not going to be me they have to worry about. It will be their dad. Because he'll be like, that's not the little girl you had over here the other day.
But you know what? Not to be off subject, but fathers do that. Because my father has done that to my sister a couple of times. Fathers do
He
that.
will do it. He is the one they have to worry about. Because but I will let them know, don't come in here, trying to get me to be smiling in this little girl face or little boy face. And I know you over here doing something else because I'm not going to hold no straight face.
Period.
So if you want my silence, keep it away from me.
I remember this young lady that shall remain nameless that Cameron dated for a long time. I did not like her. I did not like her sisters. I did not like her hood rat mama. All of them knew that. Okay. I do believe that the child was trying to trap my child because she knew, that child would be taken care of. I'm not the one. I will take you to court so quick and would have taken that child. It's a whole story behind that. But long story short, Cameron had finally broke up with her. He had finally broke up with her, and the girl was crying. Okay, she was at my house. God forgive me. She was crying. And I don't think I laughed in her face. I think I was able to hold it because I understand why she was crying because I knew it was coming.
Exactly.
And she was like, Cameron cheated on me. And that hurt my heart because I got mad because I was like, I did not raise him to be like this. So I'm all calling him like, okay, I'm glad you finally broke up with the girl, but did you cheat on her? And he was like, no, Ma. I said, oh, okay, well, I don't care. So,
Lord.
Okay, what if he hadn't said yes, though?
I mean, I can't say that, but I'm 99.9% sure Cameron is not a cheater. Now he will in the past because now he has a girlfriend because I think that age group is very much into titles. Like if we're friends, he could have several friend girls, right? But when he finally give that title to somebody like, okay, this is not my friend girl or some girl I talk to chill with, this is actually my girlfriend. That's different.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know that I would bust him out, but then Cameron knows not to bring people around me. My sister knows that. My cousins know that. Like you better be solid because you got to pass the T-Val test. I mean, I'm just straight up, and I think because I honestly am 99.9% sure I'm a good judge of character. Like, so if I look at you and be like, may pass a threat or something, it's because I see something in you that I need to let you know I see. It's not controlling. It's foresight. It's psychicness. Verbal psychicness.
Dear God.
Verbal psychic. That's a new one.
I'm just saying. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm glad we touched on that, especially the part where y'all psycho came out. I'm gonna make sure that part of this conversation that I keep. So next time somebody refer to me as being crazy when dealing with my child, is evidence of that. So do you think like you should change? Do you think you should have to change in a relationship in the way of, we're talking about big changes. Let's say it's something that you really like to do or something of that nature. Like, do you think you should change in a relationship?
No. Compromise, yes. Change, absolutely not.
I agree. Queen Lyvonne?
I agree. Because once you start changing, you begin to lose parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a dangerous, slippery slope.
Oh, yes.
If you don't get it under control earlier, or realize that you're doing it. By usually 9 times out of 10, by the time you realize that you've done it, it's usually often too late. You've actually lost yourself. So as Queen Shannon says, compromise. Of course, in a relationship, there has to be compromise. Everybody's not going to like everything that you like. Everybody's not going to want to watch everything that you watch or do everything that you do. That's what makes relationships great, because it opens you up to a new world. But I'm not going to say I'm going to stop watching comedies because you don't watch comedies or you don't like comedies. I'm sorry, I like to laugh. So,
do you think during the pandemic more people have gotten single, married, or divorced? What have y'all seen? What do you think? Because it is relationship strain.
I honestly don't know. From what I've seen, some young ladies I've worked with, do I think that they should have been single? Yes. Well, I mean, and because it was a lot of domestic violence went on,
Gotcha.
and so yeah, you should have just not not that they knew it was going to happen, but in instances like that, yeah, single would have been a heck of a lot better. But I don't know. I can't. I mean, I will say it's a lot of babies coming out of it, so I don't know if that helped marriages. I I really don't know one way or the other.
I think it would be interesting to see what the statistics are showing, because I've heard, from what I've seen just over the past few months, that there were an increase in divorces. But I've also, as Queen Shannon said, I've seen so many babies. I mean, so many COVID babies coming out of this pandemic. So somebody's doing something. But I think I would say, probably for me, I would say people have realized this quarantine has taught people to what they maybe don't like, what they didn't realize they were putting up with, what they were allowing. I think it has opened a lot of people's eyes. Now, I think some people may be staying, those that maybe haven't gotten divorced, because, we are in a pandemic. They don't, there's a lot of uncertainty, but there's the possibility, I think, on the other side of this, we may see more people walking away, because people are realizing, you know what, if I survive that, then I don't owe my life to live the way that I've allowed myself to live the past few years or few months, that they'll get the courage to walk out.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. And even with the I know domestic violence rates have picked up. A lot of people, especially talking to our resident therapist for the show, Miss Donna. I know she said that she's seen cases where there were I can't even talk right. There wasn't any domestic violence before, and all of a sudden it is. But one thing I say, I can't, something that's not there is not going to show up. So if it shows up, it always was there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Exactly.
nothing, you're not going to go from not having any type of abusive tendencies to all of a sudden start abusing somebody. It always somewhere it was there, and probably showed up in some way, shape, or form. That's my thoughts on that. So it'll be interesting to see. I think with the pandemic, like really just with everything, and I can't just say the pandemic, just 2020 alone, you just really have to look at, like, look, ain't no telling, because I'm expected aliens just to come and be like, you know what, y'all a whole waste of space up in here. And then you really gotta decide if the person you're with worth your last breath. Period.
Amen.
So before we close out, I do want to throw this question out there, because I think it's interesting, and we'll pick this up on the next show. I just want quick answers. And we're gonna close. We're gonna end our conversation. I know.
Heavy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is. It really is, because this is about interracial relationships. Okay. have you in the past, I know not presently, have you in the past dated outside of your race?
Yes.
What the heck?
I guess it would depends on how you define dating.
Well, and I was gonna say, well, what do you mean date? I mean, I went out a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I said this was the ending conversation.
Okay,
Y'all
well then
can't,
we'll say yes. I will go with
Yes,
yes for right now.
yes.
Yes.
I can't stand y'all. It's like I love y'all. Cause now literally. So, um, okay, well, for Shannon, because Lyvonne can't answer this. Shannon, would
Hmm.
you consider dating interracially in the future?
Yes.
Okay. So, if y'all want to hear the discussion that revolves around that whole interracial situation, especially right now with the climate, and even hear how I deal and maneuver the world in my interracial relationships. We're going to define exactly what dating is on the next show. Make sure you tune in next time. Real quick. Okay, I promise this is the last question. This one real extra petty. Would you care if your child dated interracially? Shannon. Shannon.
Mm.
That's a yes or no. This is our
Yeah.
next show topic. Would you care
I don't know.
if
I don't know.
okay, Queen Lyvonne?
I wouldn't care, but I would have some reservations.
She's so Lyvonne's so political. Yes, I would care.
But I would
And
have
with
some
that,
reservations.
I I would say I yes. I
You
yeah.
wouldn't care.
What happened when you cancel the reservation on the that?
Hmm.
Woo, we're gonna do that one's gonna be a hot topic. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to that show because we're talking about love. And according to some people, don't see color. Love doesn't have a color. Blah blah blah. All of that yakety smackety. But we're gonna talk some real stuff about interracial relationships, how we feel about them. Of course, y'all know I'm in one. And how I would and why I say my son better only bring home something that's black, a black woman. Woo. With
Mm.
that being said, how can the audience follow you, queens? Shannon.
Oh, you can
I knew,
reach me at my web. I didn't know if Queen Lyvonne was gonna go first. I was waiting. I was like,
I was waiting.
my website, you can find me shadonmusic.com, Twitter and Instagram, The Real Shadon, and Facebook, just Shadon.
Boom. Queen Lyvonne.
I'm Lyvonne Copeland, and you can follow me on all things Lyvonne Copeland, social media, website, everywhere. I am Lyvonne Copeland.
Boom. Shakalaka. So, with that being said, kings and queens, do you think parents should be involved in their kids' relationships? Are you okay with your significant other having friends of the opposite sex? Let us know if you want to be honest. A lot of times people want to be politically correct. Do you? It's 2021. So, with that being said, let us know at the Define You on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have conversations that mean something. Peace.
You have been listening to Define You Radio After Dark Conversations. If you learned something, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends, family, and foes. Make sure you go over to DefineURadio.com and subscribe for monthly giveaways and more.